The time has finally come. After all the stories, speculation, and theories, Breeze has finally made his debut in the Power universe. While Marvin, Lou, and Unique made it out of this season alive, there were a few deaths, one in particular that could come back to haunt the Thomas family next season. In today's video, I'll break down a number of Easter eggs from the season finale that could hint at the direction the final season might take. The episode begins with Kanan finding out from Jukebox that Crystal is dead. I felt like they could have shown the actual dialogue of Jukebox telling Kanan rather than just a climactic scene of Kanan crying. It would have been interesting to hear Kanan question Jukebox about her and Detective Garcia's encounters. Kanan tells Jukebox that Snaps and Pop were the ones who said Rock killed Famous, but Jukebox doesn't believe it. She tells Kanan that Pop and Snaps are trying to control him, but he doesn't want to hear it. Rock ordered Lou to accompany Pranessa to the brand new apartment that Unique had gotten for her after we saw him tell Unique that family was open to capture. Lou and Barilla kidnapped her later, and I believe that involving Barilla in the conflict with Unique could have been a huge mistake. Barilla has made several foolish decisions this season, and he could easily mess up whatever plans Rock has for Pranessa. After the kidnapping, we didn't see Lou and Barilla again for the rest of the episode. I'm curious whether they ended up killing her or are using her as bait to lure Unique. Marvin visited Stefano to smooth things over regarding the early Tyler and Lindale situation, but Stefano told Marvin that he vouched for early Tyler, so it all falls back on him. He regretted getting into business with Marvin and Rock and proceeded to cut all ties with the Thomas family. When Stefano told Marvin that Phil Russo was trying to move in on him, I knew Marvin would confront him. The scene felt a lot like Dre and Father Callahan's scene. There were even similarities in the setting and the wiping of the knife. Whether Stefano is dead or alive is still unclear, but Rock did mention he was in the hospital and unsure if he'd make it. He will probably be in a wheelchair if he survives, and I could see him following Phil Russo and Marvin next season. I wondered if the adult Kanan from the original Power series was actually referring to leaving Rock's gravesite when Kanan went to Joyce's grave. Going into this episode, I expected more deaths. It's surprising Marvin made it out alive. Every episode this season, Marvin has made crucial mistakes, especially with his kills. After shooting early Tyler at the motel, where someone likely heard the gunshots or saw him leave, there's a possibility Marvin could die early next season. Jukebox is seen crying in the trailer we got recently. Jukebox has now fully stepped into her villain arc after finally confronting Rock. She used to see Rock as the cool aunt who could do no wrong, but she finally let her feelings out, and Rock didn't know how to respond. Rock was always there for Jukebox, especially when she was fighting with Marvin. For Jukebox to even consider that Rock was responsible for Crystal's death, based solely on what Detective Garcia said, is shocking. If she really did it, Rock would never admit to being the last person to see Crystal alive. Like Tarek and Ghost's final scene at Club Truth, we got a cliffhanger with Kanan holding Rock at gunpoint, as I predicted at the start of the season. Everyone has their own theories. Did Kanan actually pull the trigger? Did Jukebox stop him? There are, in my opinion, a few possible outcomes to this. 1. Jukebox contacted Marvin to warn him, and Marvin intervened with a warning shot. 2. Jukebox tried to call Rock, but the line was busy, so she ran to her house and arrived just in time, possibly shooting Kanan in the neck, which would explain the scar seen in the adult version of Kanan. But I think the most likely scenario might be even darker. Marvin is out of the picture because he was probably the person Rock was talking to on the phone about Unique lighting businesses on fire. Lou and Barilla had just taken Pranessa, so it's unlikely they saved Rock. Unless Jukebox called Detective Garcia, I doubt she made it in time. That leads me to believe Unique may have been the one who fired the shot. Just before Kanan pulled the trigger, he looked like he saw someone in the window behind Rock, possibly Unique. We saw Unique come through that same window earlier in the season. If Unique saw Kanan hesitate, he may have decided to take matters into his own hands and shoot Rock himself. Some people believe Rock is still alive, but listen to Kanan's words. "I just went to go see my mum's, came straight here." That could mean he visited her grave, similar to when he visited Joyce's grave earlier. Or he might have meant paying her a visit in jail. But if Rock were alive, wouldn't Ghost or Tommy have asked Kanan how his mum was doing? Actress Patina Miller and showrunner Sasha Penn recently did an interview where they essentially confirmed Rock's death. Patina said Rock dying had to happen, which I mentioned over a year ago. This does not appear to be a distraction, so it could be. Sasha also said the timelines are aligning, and we could see Ghost and Tommy much sooner than expected. Similar to the premiere of this season, I believe the first episode of the next season will feature a second flashback. We still need to see where Lou and Barilla took Pranessa, and whether Stefano survived Russo's stabbing. Everything will return to the final scene between Rock and Kanan, which will reveal the truth. After 6 seasons of Power and 4 seasons of Book 3, the one character we've all been waiting to see finally made his debut, Breeze. Who would have thought Snaps and Pop would be the ones to introduce us to Bruford Freddy, better known as Breeze? Since Ronnie was killed off last season, I was skeptical about Unique being Breeze, even with the fake-outs. I always said I was 50-50 on that. But the moment Sasha confirmed Breeze was coming, I knew he'd be a new character. The way Ghost, Tommy and Kanan described Breeze, I imagined him as cold, mysterious and low-key. I didn't expect him to be so friendly with Kanan. Still, Breeze may turn out to be one of the most layered characters we've seen, and we'll learn more about him next season. Shami Moore is a versatile actor, and I believe he'll do a great job in this role. I think Breeze will find out that Snaps and Pop killed Crystal and will bring that info back to Kanan. I could see them plotting to take Snaps and Pop out. If anyone knows how shady they are, it's Breeze. He is their nephew after all. I also think Breeze and Unique will clash eventually due to their strong personalities, and I wouldn't be surprised if Breeze ends up taking out Unique next season. Now that Breeze has been introduced, I believe Ghost's father might be next. Lou may try to sell the bar and start a record label with Barilla as his first artist. I think Tommy will appear before Ghost, and the season will end with Tommy introducing Ghost to Kanan. There's still a lot to unpack going into next season, and I've got more videos coming soon. What's your opinion on the finale and how it ended? Did it live up to the hype? Is Rock dead, or did someone stop Kanan in time? Please inform me in the comments.